All right, Jane. So this next section of the assessment is going to be all about your mental health symptoms, any past traumas you've experienced. And I know some of these topics can be very uncomfortable to discuss, especially since you and I don't know each other that well. But if there's any area you would rather not talk about with me, you can just say skip. But keep in mind that the more information you choose to share, the more helpful it'll be to the therapist you get assigned to. So what you choose to disclose will be up to you. Okay. So can you tell me about any mental health symptoms that you're seeking treatment for today? Okay. You feel anxiety. Um, can you tell me what that anxiety feels like to you in your body or your mind? Like, how do you feel physically when you're anxious, and what kind of thoughts run through your head when you're anxious? Okay, I got you. So it sounds like the anxiety is a very physical experience for you. Um, how often would you say this happens to you, and how intense is it? Okay. If you could rate your anxiety on a scale of 1 to 5, like if 5 is the worst anxiety you've ever had, and 1 is really, really mild anxiety, what would you rate the anxiety that you experience every day? Oh, okay. Well, thank you for giving me that information. It sounds like you have been struggling with this for a while. Do you know what type of thoughts or situations triggered this anxiety for you? Okay. Yeah. I'm I'm sorry to hear that. That does sound scary, or maybe even a bit confusing. Are you comfortable saying more, telling me more about what that's like for you? Yeah. Yeah, that's got to be frightening. I'm glad you're here today, and thanks for being so open about what you've been experiencing. And after this assessment is complete, I can help you get connected to a therapist and to a medication prescriber if you want, to begin treatment, if that's something that you would like to do. Okay. Hmm. Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a very interesting perspective to consider. And it sounds like you're noticing some patterns about yourself now, and you're looking back on your life through the lens of these patterns. Yeah. Okay. Well, so I'll use the language that you use to describe these things on the assessment, if that's okay with you. How often do you experience the hallucinations, and how would you rate their intensity using that same 1 to 5 scale we talked about? Okay. 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 Thank you for that information. So in this next section, I'll ask some questions about any past suicide attempts or suicidal thoughts that you've had. And like I said before, you can feel free to skip any questions you feel uncomfortable answering. But the more information you provide, the more we can help out if you would like. Hmm. Okay. Wow. Okay, well, I gotta say, I'm very glad that you're here with me in this Zoom meeting right now. Jane, I'm glad you did wake up that day. Do you feel comfortable talking about what led up to your suicide attempt and talking about what happened in the days after the attempt? Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I see. So a buildup of stress led up to your attempt, and afterwards you were able to see a therapist. Did you ever visit any kind of doctor or talk with any like family, friends, or your parents about your attempt or the stress you're feeling? Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. I'm glad to know you're not suicidal today. I'm going to give you a couple quick local resources for people and places you can call if you ever start feeling that way again. Do you have a pen and a piece of paper to jot this down? Okay. I got you. Well, I don't want to lecture you or preach to you about the crisis hotlines, but I do honestly feel honored to be talking with you today, though, especially knowing that you were almost gone from this world not too long ago, and from one human being to another. This is a special moment for me, so I'm glad to be talking to you, and I hope you know that in the future, if you are ever feeling suicidal, these resources might cross your mind. But here's an easy one to remember. You can text the word home to 741-741, and then you can immediately text with a crisis counselor on the spot. Okay.